Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Practical English Brain. And welcome to another complicated grammatical point. Direct and indirect objects in passive form. Today, I'm going to be explaining this complicated point. I hope you will enjoy this lesson. So, affirmative sentences. He teaches me English. I'm taught English by him. Now, keep in mind that in English language, there are some verbs which can take two objects. And these verbs could be called double transitive verbs or ditransitive verbs. So here, the verb teach is used as double transitive verb. But it doesn't mean that like if it's double transitive here in this sentence, it is always double transitive. If it takes one object, it's just transitive. If it does not take object, it is used as intransitive verb. So now we have two objects, me in English. Now the person in this case is usually the indirect object, and the thing is the direct object. So when the indirect object, which is person, comes first, right after main verb, and the direct object comes at the end, or secondly, in that case we don't need any preposition. And I would say it's somehow like, I mean, informal spoken way to say something like this in this way, okay? But when you change it to passive form, so you have two objects here, but the object which comes first after main verb should be the subject of a passive sentence. Like me is changed to I. And then a to be verb, according to the tense, simple present tense is am are. Okay, and according to the subject, I am. And then main verb should be changed to past participle form, like taught here. And then the direct object, English, should be brought after main verb or English. And then the by phrase by him. So he teaches me English. I'm taught English by him. Okay, and I would say it's somehow like, spoken informal. But look at this example. He teaches English to me. He teaches English to me. English is taught to me by him, or English is taught by him to me. So two ways. Now, if the direct object comes first after main verb, like here in this example, in the indirect object, which is usually a person, I say usually, not always, okay, that comes at the end. So in that case, we need a preposition between these two objects. English, me, so we need a preposition. And usually there are two prepositions, don't forget that, like to and for. Like, I will explain that later, but I'm just saying, like, most commonly there are two prepositions, to and for, okay, with some double transitive verbs. The preposition to is used, when with some of them, for is used. Okay, so now you want to change this sentence from active to passive form. Look, the object which comes first after main verb. Here, English, the direct object comes first, okay, after main verb, teaches English. And then there's preposition, and then the indirect object comes at the end of the sentence. So now this object which comes first after main verb should be the subject of your passive sentence, English. And then to be verb is, and then change this main verb to past participle of third form, taught here. And then here you can say, you can change these two phrases. You can say to me by him, you can say by him to me. It doesn't matter. Both ways are okay, okay? So English is taught by him to me, English is taught to me by him. That's not a problem, okay? So again, in both active form and passive form, you use the preposition between, here between these two objects, but in passive form here, between the third form of main verb and the indirect object me, you use a preposition, okay? This is how it works. Now look at these examples, negative sentences. So he did not send her a gift. A simple past tense, and the form is negative, like it's a negative sentence. He didn't or he did not send. So the verb send is also double transitive verb because it takes two objects, her a gift. And because the indirect object, the person, comes first, in the direct object, and the thing comes at the end, so the preposition is not used between them, okay? So he did not send her a gift or he didn't send her a gift. Now the object which comes first after main verb in your active sentence, like send her, should be the subject of a passive sentence, she. And then instead of did used to be verb, she was. Okay, she was not, she did not, she was not. She was not sent. So the main verb is changed to past participle of third form. Send here in base form and past participle from sent. And after the main verb third form, you bring the direct object, a gift. So by him. So he did not send her a gift. She was not sent a gift by him. Now, he didn't send a gift to her. The same thing over here. Now, if you want to bring the direct object first, like a gift here, and the indirect object at the end, so you need a preposition. And it's somehow more formal, I would say. It would be somehow like spoken, normal way to say it, and it would be somehow like more formal to say it this way, okay? So he didn't send a gift to her. And now a gift, which comes first after main verb, should be the subject of a passive sentence. A gift was not sent to her by him, okay? So interrogatives or yes no questions, look at this example. I've used actually different tenses, like, in all 12 tenses you can use direct and indirect objects, okay? Just follow the rule for 12 tenses. But I mean, the concept is somehow different because we're just trying to have a look at these specific verbs, double transitive verbs. So now look at this example. It's made in present perfect tense. Have they given you any information? Have they given you any information? So now give is also double transitive verb. It takes two objects, like you and an information. So you, indirect object, and an information, direct object. Now, because of the fact that the indirect object you comes first in your active sentence after main verb, that should be the subject of a passive tenses. Passive sentence, sorry, okay? So have you been, but you need to add the helping verb been before. I mean, it's already in past participle form and perfect tense, even if it's active form. In passive form, no change, so it's all, I mean, it's in third form here, it's in third form here, but you need been, I mean the helping verb been before that. So have you been given any information? So if you want to use the by phrase by him or by her, so that may be also used at the end of your sentence. So now look at this example. Will he buy a car for her next week? See, simple future tense. Will he buy a car for her next week? See, I told you at the beginning, if you remember, with some double transitive verbs you use the preposition to, with some of them you use for. Like with buy, you use for, okay? So will he buy a car for her next week? So, I mean, a car, which is the direct object, comes first after main verb, and the indirect object comes secondly. Therefore you need a preposition between these two objects. So the preposition is for here. So will he buy a car for her next week? And now a car should be the subject of your passive sentence. Will a car be bought for her by him next week? So this is how you change these kind of sentences from active to passive form. Information questions. Now look at it. What is she cooking for you? What is she cooking for? See, now look, she subject is here, and you, I mean the indirect object, which is a person, is also here, but we do not see the direct object, okay? The word what itself functions here as a direct object. Why? Because our question is about direct object. For example, if you answer this question, what is she cooking for her? She's cooking rice for her, or for you, for example, or she's cooking rice for you, or she's cooking you rice. So rice became the direct object, and therefore here our question is about the direct object, the thing, okay? So the word what itself functions here as the direct object. What is she cooking for you? Okay, but obviously, I mean, the position is at the beginning of the sentence. And in passive form, again, the position of the WH question word is at the beginning of the sentence. What? And now, is she cooking in active form? But here you say is being cooked. In passive form, you say what is being cooked by her and for you. And the indirect object you goes to the end of the sentence. Now look at this example. Who brought you this gift? Who brought you this gift? Because the indirect object you comes first after main verb, and who brought you this gift, I mean simple past tense, okay? But if you bring the direct object first, who brought this gift for you, then you need to add, the preposition for. But it's somehow like informal way. So who brought you this gift? When you change it, who you brought this gift by. Now preposition at the end, somehow informal. But if you bring it at the beginning and you change who to whom, by whom were you brought this gift, it becomes more formal. I hope you learned this complicated grammatical point, and I hope you won't have any problems with it in the future in case you're taking an exam or something. And thanks for watching. Have a great time for now, and